Yo, what's up guys? Earl DFS coming back with another NHL video, and today we have a 3-game slate today. Two 7 o'clock games, 7:30. But we're back on the daily grind. Yesterday was Super Bowl, so I took that off, and then the day before I did like the early slate. But now we have a 3-game NHL slate, and we are back on the grind of NHL DFS. All right, the first game we have here, Dallas Stars and the New York Rangers, 2.91 for the Stars, 2.59 for the Rangers. Ben Bishop versus Henrik Lundqvist. Looking at this game, there's not too much I want to get to for this game. Rangers, they're at home, but the Stars are, I think, the best team at goals allowed per game. Boston Bruins, my bad. And then it's the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars don't give up many goals, and the Rangers don't. They score a little bit, but overall, I like Ben Bishop in this matchup. He's probably going to be my highest exposed goalie here. Lineups. It's being stupid. Oh. Come on, lineups. Okay. We'll get back to that later, probably. But Ben Bishop's probably going to be my highest exposed goalie. I believe he's the highest projected. And he's one of the cheaper ones too. The most expensive, it's only 8.2 today. That's just because they're that big of favorites. They price up the favorited ones, makes sense. But looking at this first game, I like Radulov, Seguin, and Ben. If there's going to be any scoring from this game, it's going to be from this line. The other 3 lines I'm not particularly thrilled with. And with the Radulov, Seguin, Ben line, I have it set where, there we go. Positions, goalie. Ben Bishop's my top goalie. I have it set so, like for Dallas 1 here, every single time Seguin, because he is the highest and best projected player on that line, is in my lineup, it'll have one of 3 of Heiskanen, Lindell, and Pollock. Because this is a 3-game slate, I want max correlation as possible. So if I have this stack right here, I'm forcing in at least one of these 2 guys and him because of the power play, these 2 because they skate with that top line. So they will get the highest chance of getting assists for a Ben, Seguin, Radulov goal, which I think they'll hopefully get 2 or 3 from this line tonight because the Rangers are not a great team. Granted, low projected total, but I do like these Stars here. Going over to the Rangers, it's a very, very tough matchup, but if I have to go, I actually like more lines from this game, but less exposure to those lines. I like the power play stack with Zibanejad, Kreider, and Panarin. You could throw Strom in there if you want to. But I like these 2 lines as full strength lines, stacks. I'd prefer if a 3-2-1, it would be 3 here, 2 here, with Zibanejad, Kreider, and Buchnevich being, I think, the better line. But if you want to throw Panarin in there, he's been playing great. But once again, a very tough matchup against the Stars. So I think this may be a Rangers fade night. They're at home, but the Stars are a very dominant defensive team. So this game will probably finish like 2-1 maybe, or 2-0. So I like Ben Bishop. I like Dallas 1, and then sprinkles of New York Rangers 1 and 2. With this top line, I set it up so it gets either Sketch-Eye, Trouba, and D'Angelo. With that second line, I did it so it has Stahl, D'Angelo, and I threw Fox in there because these lines can get mixed up a little bit, and Fox can produce some points there. On to the next matchup. Florida Panthers, Toronto Maple Leafs, 2.78 for the Panthers, 3.72, the highest on the slate by far. Not by far, 3.56 down here. For the Leafs, and I am going to be getting a lot of them. But we'll start on the Florida Panthers side. Let's see what I got for exposures to the Florida Panthers. This is just a preliminary crunch, and it's being stupid again. There we go. Team stack. 13% of my lineups had Florida Panther 3-mans. But when it did get it, it was Dadonov, Barkov, and Heberdew. Probably 1 or 2% of the second line here. With this top line, I made it so it picked from Matherson, Ekblad, and Yandel. Yandel for the power play, and then Matherson and Ekblad, they're just the top defensive pairing, so you would think they would get a decent amount of ice time with that top line. With the Akari, Trocheck, and Connolly line, Stillman, Strawman were my picks for that. And maybe Ekblad for the power play correlation with Trocheck and Connolly, but probably not. I don't remember what I put there. But overall, I'm getting to probably a little bit of this Florida 1 stack. Other than that, maybe 1 or 2% of this second line. But that's not where I want my exposure in this game. It's on the other side. It's with the chalk, probably. The Leafs seem to always be chalk because they're just a high dynamic offense. And I really like power play stacks with this one. Marner, Matthews, Nylander, Tavares. That is extremely, extremely expensive to be able to pull off. So I think I saw Marner, Matthews, Nylander, Tavares, and Barry cost $36,000. That being the case, you're going to get to maybe a Dermott. You're going to get to a Stahl. You're going to get to a third or fourth line stack if you want to go that huge power play. So overall, if you go for that, yeah, they're projected around 63 points as a full power play stack, but you're not going to get much from anything else. So overall, I like that, but it's just too expensive for me to go for that full power play stack. I'm probably just going to do line stacks with this game. Marner, Matthews. I'm not a huge fan of Hyman, 5,600. He's not someone I want to play. I would want Marner and Matthews to be part of a 2-man. And with that, Marner, Matthews, Hyman, I would want Hull, Muzzin, and Barry as my 3 options. Those 2 because they're top power play or top defense pairing, and then Barry for that power play correlation. That second line I kind of like a little bit with Nylander, Tavares, and Kerfoot with Dermott and Barry. Overall, that's about what I'm getting to in this. I'm not getting to any Sergei or very, very little of him. He's a contrarian play, I think. Yeah, I'm getting to 3% Burakovsky. So I'm not thrilled with that. Or I don't want much of him. So overall, those are the stacks I am getting to for this game. On to the final game of the slate, which actually may be the play of the game, or the play of the night. Philadelphia Flyers, Detroit Red Wings, 3.56 for the Flyers, 2.44 for the Red Wings. Brian Elliott, Jimmy Howard, and I am a huge fan of the Flyers tonight. I think they're going to be my top exposed. They're my top exposed team, yes. And I am thrilled with that. I'm getting a lot of Griaux, Van Riemsdyk, and Connolly. I'm also getting a decent amount of Voracek, Farabee, and Cordier. With the Griaux, Van Riemsdyk, and Connolly, I'm getting plenty of Provolov and Niskanen. For the Courtier, Farabee, Voracek, it's Myers and Sanheim. So I'm getting plenty of Philadelphia and a little bit of this. Not. I'm 12% on Detroit. 3-mans. Decent amount of Antherso, Bertuzzi, and Larkin. That's a double center line, which is kind of interesting. And then we got Fabry, Perlini, and Flipula. With that top line, with the Larkin line, I like Daly and Runchek. With the second line, Nemeth and Cholovsky. So overall, my favorite plays of the night are Philadelphia 1 and 2. I like Detroit 1, Toronto 1, and that's just about it. Sorry for the dogs barking. They like to bark at nothing. For goalies, Ben Bishop, Brian Elliott, and Frederick Anderson. But that is going to do it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me guys know in the comment section below who you think is going to be the best line to stack today. Is it one of those Philadelphia or Toronto lines, or is it someone like Detroit or Florida or even the Rangers? So that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you next time. Peace out, guys.